Hello everyone. Once again, welcome back to Udinath Autonomous College of Science and Technology virtual platform. Now you are watching UN College Digital Class YouTube channel. And in our previous video lectures, we had discussed about disease caused by virus, disease caused by bacteria, and we had already discussed different diseases which are related with viral disease and also discussed some disease which are related with the bacterial infection. And now it's time for disease caused by the parasites, and in this class we will discuss on what is parasite, what are the types of parasites, and how the parasitic infection caused, and what are the reason behind parasitic infection, and what are the symptoms of parasites infection, and also we will discuss on what are the prevention for vanish the parasitic infection, and how we can prevent or how we can get treat ourselves, and how we can save our life from parasite infection. What are the preventions? Let's discuss on that, and in this class we will briefly discuss on parasitic infection. First we will discuss on what is parasite. A parasite is any organism that resides within another living organism known as a host. The parasite is not capable of fending for itself. Thus, it uses the resources of the host to fuel its entire life cycle. It makes use of the host's support for self-maintenance and sustenance. Parasites vary a great deal. While there are thousands of parasites in existence, around 70% of them are not visible to the physical eye. An example of such microorganisms is the malarial parasite, but there are certain worm parasites that can grow as long as 30 meters. Parasite is an organism and which resides within another living organism, and that living organism is known as a host. There is host means that person in which person the organism is living for survive its life, and parasite is not capable for fending itself, and it always use the resources of the host for that parasite's fuel and for recycling the entire life also. And the parasite always take help of the host body, and through host body the parasite can survive, and the parasite can continue that life, and the parasite can multiply or can increase the number of parasites in the human body. And when the parasite is living in a living organism, that organism is known as host, and the parasite always take help of the host for survive entire life, and through that living organism or through that host the parasite can infected that person and also infected the other persons, those who have relation with that person or with the infected person. While it must be noted that parasites are not a disease, you must also bear in mind that they can spread infection and diseases. Different parasites have unique effects on their host, and you can know that, and you can note also that parasites are not disease. Due to different parasites, or different parasites can infected the persons and can cause different diseases, and different parasites has different effect on human life, and because different parasites has different types of infection, because in our living organism there is different types of parasites are living, and due to different types of parasites there is different diseases caused by different parasite, and which have different effect or impact on the human health. Next we will discuss on endoparasite, and what is endoparasite. These are the parasites that live inside their host, and they include tapeworms, heartworms, and flatworms. An intercellular parasite is one that takes abode in the spaces within the body of its host, within the cells of the host, and they include viruses and bacteria. Endoparasite means these parasites which are living inside the host, and also it can include different tapeworms, heartworms and flatworms also. And these endoparasites are always intercellular and always takes abode in the space within the host or within the body of the living organism, and also within the cells of the host, and it can include different types of viruses and bacteria also. And endoparasites naturally rely on a third organism known as a carrier or the vector. The vector is what transfers the endoparasite to the host. One of the most popular vectors for several parasites is the mosquito, including the protozoan called Plasmodium, which is the cause of malaria. And endoparasites naturally rely on third organism, and which is known as the vector, and the vectors what transfers the endoparasite to the host, or through vector the endoparasite can transfer to the human body. And most popular vectors of several parasites are mosquitoes, and through mosquitoes the endoparasite can transfer to the human body or to the host, and also it can include the protozoan, and which is known as Plasmodium, and also it can cause different types of disease, and mainly the cause of malaria also. And next we will discuss on epiparasite. These are parasites that feed on other parasites in a relationship called hyperparasitism. An example of hyperparasitism is a flea that lives on a cat but with a protozoan in the digestive tract of the flea. The protozoan in this case is the hyperparasite. And epiparasite means those parasites which are feeding on other parasites, and which parasites can take feed from the other different parasites, not only directly from the host, and which has relationship called is hyperparasitism. And there is also an example, and when a flea has relationship with a cat and with a protozoan in the digestive tract of the flea, then that is known as hyperparasite. And next we will discuss on different types of parasites. What are the types of parasites? There are three major types of parasites like protozoa, helminths, ectoparasites. First we will discuss on protozoa, and protozoa means examples of protozoa include the single celled organism called Plasmodium, and it is only possible for protozoa to multiply or divide within the host. And protozoas are always single celled organism, and which is called also Plasmodium, and it always only possible for protozoa to multiply or divide when that protozoa is living within a human body or within the host. At that time the protozoa can be multiplied or can be divided also, which is depend upon the system of that host or the nutrition of the human body of that host. Next we will discuss on helminths. This is another category of parasites. The creatures in this group are worm parasites. Helminths are the cause of schistosomiasis. Other examples of such parasites are pinworm, roundworm, fluke Trichina spiralis and tapeworm. And these are the examples of helminths, and which is also another creature in this parasites group, and which includes different type of roundworm, different type of tapeworm, pinworm, and through which the person or the host can be infected different diseases. Last one is ectoparasites. These types of parasites live on instead of inside their host, and they include fleas and lice. And under ectoparasites we can see, or we can take example of fleas and lice. Through the host can infected by different diseases, and also it can live inside their host body or inside the host body. Next we will discuss on symptoms of parasites infection, through which we can detect that person is infected through parasites. There are several types of parasites as mentioned at the beginning of this article, and symptoms usually vary widely. Sometimes the symptoms caused by the presence of parasites and may look like those of other conditions such as pneumonia, hormone deficiency or food poisoning. There is different types of symptoms of different types of parasites, and always symptoms are vary usually when the types of parasites are varied, and sometimes different symptoms caused by the presence of parasites and may look like those of other conditions also. When some person has pneumonia problem, or when a person is suffering from pneumonia or hormone deficiency or food poisoning, there is also symptoms of parasites infection, and specially different symptoms are that might be displayed include through which types of symptoms we can detect that person is suffering from parasites infection. Increased appetite, weight loss or both. Sometimes some person have appetite increase and some persons have weight loss very quickly, or some person have both the problems. Skin bumps or rashes. Some persons have skin itching or skin bumps or rashes in skin. This one also one symptom of parasite infection. Abdominal pain, diarrhea and vomiting. Some person have pain in abdominal and some person have diarrhea and vomiting both also, and through this symptom also we can detect that person is infected by parasite, and sometimes these symptoms are also related with viral infection and bacterial infection also. Next is anemia, sleeping problems. Some persons are not getting sleep properly, and this is also another symptom of the parasite infection, and some person have anemia problem or some disorders through which we can detect that person is suffering from any infection. And next is allergies, like rashes, there is different types of allergies also, aches and pains, body aches and body pains, and through body aches and body pains also we can define that person is suffering from infection in parasites infection. And also there is some other reasons also. Weakness and generally feeling sick. Sometimes some persons are feeling weak and they are feeling sick sometimes, and at that time also we can detect, or also we can contact the doctor immediately to know about which is the region of the infection. And some persons have fever or body temperature is very high due to parasite infection. And last one is prevention. And when we can detect, or when we are detecting that person is suffering from parasite infection, or when we are detecting due to some symptoms or signs that person is suffering from parasite infection, there is also some preventions for avoiding that infections, and through these preventions we can save the person's life from the parasite infection. And at that time we have to contact or appoint with the doctor, through which we can avoid the infection. These preventions are: you can increase your chance of staying free of parasites by, through which preventions or through which factors you can increase your chance of staying free of parasite. It means how we can avoid the contact with the parasite, also how we can free from the parasite infection. What are the factors? Finding out which kind of parasite is prevalent, where you reside and locations you may visit. You have to first of all find out where you are living, or you have to detect your reside area or location. In which location you are living, you have to find out which kind of parasite is seen in that area, and we have to avoid these parasites. And next is take precautions like using insect repellent in areas where flies and mosquitoes are common. And also you have to take precautions when you are using any insect repellent in these areas where you are living, or in your location where the different flies and mosquitoes are common. You have to use different types of insect repellent, because in our market there is different type of insect repellent are available for avoiding flies and mosquitoes, and through which we can avoid the flies and mosquitoes infection, because through flies and mosquitoes we are suffering from different diseases, or we are infected by different virus, different bacteria and different parasites also. There is a mosquito is a major reason of malaria, and malaria is also a disease which is caused by parasite infection. And if you are avoiding the parasite infection, then we have to take different precautions, and through different precautions we can avoid different types of infection. And if you are using any type of insect repellent for avoiding the mosquitoes and flies from your area, where you are living, and if you are in your area the mosquitoes and flies are very common, then you have to use that type of insect repellent for avoiding these mosquitoes and these flies. Next is, be careful to feed on only well cooked meat and fish. And when you are taking food, then you have to take your food very carefully, and always cook your food in very systematically, and don't take half cooked food or half boiled food, like mainly the meat and fish. When you are cooking or when you are making food for you and for your family members, mainly the meat and fish, then always be careful at that time, and always carefully feed on only well cooked meat and fish, and always check your cooking system, and through which also you can avoid different parasites infection, and through which you can avoid different disease also, and you can avoid food poison. If you are taking food if you are not taking food very carefully, then you can face food poison and other diseases also, and other parasite infection also. And for avoiding these infections, you have to take well cooked meat and fish or well cooked food. Next is, when traveling to new places, drink only bottled water with a sealed top. When you are traveling to any other place or any new place, then you have no knowledge about the drinking water of that area. So if you are traveling any new place, then you have to drink only the bottled water with a sealed top. When you are taking or when you are drinking any bottled water, then before taking or before drinking that bottled water, you have to check that the bottle is sealed up or not. And if the bottle is not sealed up, then avoid that type of water. Always use the bottled water when the bottled water is sealed top very properly, because when you are taking improper drinking water or impure water, then through drinking water also the parasites infection or the different types of parasites will come into your body. And when a parasite is coming into the body, or when a parasite will get the living organism, then immediately the parasites are living, or immediately the parasites are surviving in this human body, which is known as host, and at that time they will multiply if the human body or if the functions of that human body is not functioning properly, and which is always depends upon the health condition of that human body. And next is, be careful when taking a bath in fresh water, lakes or rivers. When you are taking bath in any fresh water like rivers, lakes, in sea, always be careful when you taking bath in fresh water, because through bathing water also we are infected by different parasites, and different parasites are getting a living organism through taking bath in fresh water like in lakes or in rivers. And at that time you have to be careful when you are taking bath in open area. If you notice any symptoms and suspect a parasite infection, see a doctor. When you are noticed any signs or any symptoms, in your health. And if you are suspected of any parasite infection, then immediately contact to doctor or immediately appoint with a doctor, and at that time you have to share your signs and symptoms, you have to share your health conditions in front of the doctor. And when your appointment with a doctor, then you have to share everything about your health condition, because through which we can contact a doctor properly. And if you notice any signs and symptoms which are related with parasite infection, and you have to test your blood, and there is some other test also through which you can know about your region of infection. And if you are suspected after the test you are suffering from parasite infection, then contact the doctor immediately and taking proper medications through which you can prevent or through which you can save your life also. Parasites come in a variety of shapes and sizes and can cause a wide range of symptoms and medical issues. Not all parasites are treatable, and there is different types of parasites, and parasites come in a variety of shapes and sizes, and also there is different types of shape and size of different parasites, and it can cause a different types of symptoms when the parasites are varied, or when the parasites are from different types, and there is different symptoms when there is the category is different, and there is different medical issues also. So when a person is suffering from parasite infection, it can cause different types of disease, like the infection of worms or intestinal worm or malaria. There is different diseases which are related with parasites, and not all the parasites are treatable, and we cannot treat all the parasites from the root. And when you are suspecting or when you are noticed any symptoms at the primary stage, you have to contact the doctor, through which you can prevent or you can save your life. The disease caused by parasites, and we have discussed about what is parasites, different types of parasites, what are the causes of parasites infection, or how the person is suffering from parasite infection, what are the symptoms through which we can detect a person is suffering from parasites infection, and through which symptoms we can know about a person is suffering from parasites infection. And also we have discussed about different preventions, through which factors the person can prevent or the person can save the life. And also in next class we will discuss about some diseases which are related with parasites, because there is different types of parasites, and when a person is suffering from different categories or different types of parasites, there is different diseases which are related with different types of parasites. And in next class we will discuss about different diseases which are related with parasites infection. Thank you. Keep watching. Have a great day.